Hello, everybody. 1, 2. All right. So yeah. So yesterday, like, I watched the stream. So obviously, first of all, good morning, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Good evening, wherever you are in the world. Obviously, today we're doing more Ethereal Enigma. It's part 4, I believe now. Yeah, part 4 now. Did part 3 yesterday. Now it's part 4. My playthrough. And yeah, so there was audio issues yesterday, but I checked the clips. The clips are fine. There was like one clip where there was like a lot of there was like background noise, static background noise. It's still watchable. The clip's still usable. You can still, you can still make out what the character's saying, what I'm saying. But it's like, like you're out. So as if someone's filming outside. That's the best way I can describe it. There's a lot of like static background noise, if like there's wind, like someone's filming outside. I don't know what the hell that was. But all the other clips are fine. It's just that one. It's my knowledge. I think it's just that one clip. All the other clips from the stream yesterday are fine. It's just one clip for some reason has background static noise. I don't know why. But I adjusted my settings, which just out of full transparency, I just basically reset all the settings to default. And just I'll adjust them as necessary. I think most of them were on default anyway. One audio filter for the mic was, I think, adjusted slightly by me. But when I'm pretty sure when I set it to default, it just one of the sliders adjusted a little bit, but it wasn't like a big adjust. It wasn't like night and day. Like, I really fine tweaked the settings. I think it was just like maybe one setting was different. So I don't know how the mic sounds today. We'll have to see. So let me just unmute myself on stream and see. Okay, testing. 1, 2, 1, 2. Testing 1, 2, 1, 2. Hopefully everyone's good today. Hope you're having all a good day. We're gonna play Ethereal Enigma Part 4, everybody. Let's get to it. Let's have a good one. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. All right, sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. I just literally listened back to myself. I'm pretty sure I just listened back to myself twice, and it sounds fine. You can hear a little bit of static when I'm talking, but it's not. It's just like, obviously, like noise suppression. I'll suppress everything, to only let my voice through. It's a little bit like, I don't know how to. I can't say it on the mic. Like, it's like there's a little bit of static, a little bit, but it's not like. It's not like when you've got the game going and the music going, and I've got the game audio going, the music going, and everything. I don't think you're going to notice it. Like, it sounds fine to me. It sounds fine to me. It sounds good. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but it sounds fine to me. It sounds okay. It's very, very good. It's definitely watchable. It's definitely okay. Testing. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Testing. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, like, I've tested it. Sorry, I've tested it multiple times. It sounds fine. Like, I don't say there's like a little bit, maybe a little tiny bit of static noise, a tiny bit. But like I said, it's not going to be, unless you're listening for it. It's not disruptive. There's a little bit of static noise, but it's not that. No, it's not super noticeable. And most importantly, it's not disruptive. Like I said, when you've got the music going, game audio, whatever going, right? Well, it's not just my voice alone. Even just my voice alone, it sounds fine. You can definitely listen to it. It's definitely watchable. It's watchable. You can listen to it, right? And it's not gonna make you not want to listen to me as I've been talking too much. It's definitely watchable. You can listen to it. But when you add all the game order and all that as well, it's not. It's basically, it sounds fine. It sounds fine. It sounds good to me. I could maybe fine tune it, but for default settings, now that I mean, most of the audio filters that I use are default anyway. One of them, I think some of the settings were slightly adjusted, but not big adjustments. So if it sounds off, it sounds fine to me. Right, it sounds fine to me. It sounds not the best, but it sounds good enough. But if obviously, let me know in the comments and stuff on YouTube, and let me know in in Twitch chat and everything if it sounds off, right? But if you're watching it, if you're here watching it on the VOD, let me know in the comment section of the video if the audio sounds off, like if it's not watchable. Like just let me know and I'll adjust it. But it sounds fine to me. It sounds fine to me, but just let me know if I need to make adjustments, and I will. But it sounds fine to me. It sounds listenable. It sounds like you can watch me, and it's not going to disrupt you. It's not going to be uncomfortable. Yeah, it sounds good to me. It sounds just fine. It sounds good to me. All right, let's actually get started now and do the stream. I like it how I cheekily went for another one just then to make sure it's definitely okay, and then some starts like go nee, nee, nee. Like, oh my god, it's so annoying, man. I hate people sometimes. Yeah, it definitely sounds fine. Okay, okay, I'll definitely actually play the game now. It sounds perfectly fine. When I said to you when I went, I didn't catch the whole part, but I catch some of it when I was going nee, 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 and it sounds fine. It's not peaking, and it sounds fine. Like I said, there's a little bit of static, but I'm not. I'm really trying to listen for it, and it sounds like it's not. It's not. It's like I said, it's very slight. So I don't even. I'll even go as far as to say this. The static noise isn't even there all the time. It's not even there all the time. So it sounds good. It sounds fine. Let's actually get down and play the game now. It sounds fine to me. I mean, I've listened to myself multiple times. I say I'm going to start, and then I cheekily do another test. Right, I say I'm going to start, and I cheekily do another. I've done multiple mic tests at this point. I've done a couple the other day, and I've done a couple today on stream. I've done a couple off stream yesterday, and I've done a couple today on stream with all the auto filters active. Because when I'm monitoring my mic yesterday, none of the filters are active. It sounds fine to me. It doesn't sound like I need to adjust anything. Like I said, it doesn't sound. It sounds good enough that I don't feel like I need to adjust it. It's not the best. It could definitely be improved. One thing is bringing my mic closer to my face because there's a bit of there's like a ruler. Like I'd say like I would say the length of like maybe two rulers, the two 30 centimeter, 60 centimeters between me and my mic. I would say there's like 60 centimeters between me and my mic. And this mic, you want it like close to your face. But I brought it as close to my face as I can with my setup. I need to get a mic stand or something, right? Like a mic stand for my microphone. That could be put on my desk in front of me. Then that would fix it. So maybe I'll look into getting that instead of a whole new mic. But it sounds good enough that I don't need to adjust anything. It could definitely be improved. It doesn't sound the best. It could definitely be improved, but I don't know enough to improve it. Like I don't know what I would do. So like I said, I'm actually definitely gonna start now. But if it's bad, let me know in the comments on the YouTube VOD, on the YouTube video. So if you're on Twitch, head over to my YouTube channel. There'll be a link on the Twitch channel. There's two links. There's one just below the video player, and then there's one in the about section of my Twitch channel as well. My Linktree link that'll take to my Linktree profile, which have YouTube channel there, which you go to YouTube or just type in. I mean, I'd say type in Ancient Scribe, but then my channel seems to be shadow banned for some reason. I don't know. When you type in my channel does not appear on the YouTube search. You have to go if you type in my channel name in on search engine, you can find it there. But if you actually search it up on YouTube, for some reason, it doesn't appear in the search results. Like it's very, very difficult to make me appear in the search results for some reason, and yeah, it's just bad. Anyway, let's get down. Let's get down. And there's other people that have the name as well. I think back when I first started back back, but at some point, like I guess a couple years ago, I don't know how long ago, someone else was using my name as well. I think I was the first one to use my name, right? I was the first. I feel like I was the first one. I don't know for sure, but I feel like I was the first one to use Ancient Scribe. And then other people came along. Well, someone else came along using the channel name as well, or similar name to me, and I asked them if they could change it because it's going to conflict, right? Conflict of interest. And then there's a new person's come along using the name as well. They started using it last year, but I've had my channel name. I've been using this channel name since like 2019, something like that. So I've been using my channel name for multiple years before the channel before them and this channel came along. So it's like I don't know. I don't get me wrong, at the end of the day, right? Like I get it. Maybe they just thought the name on their own. They're not aware that I exist, and I was taking like a several months break at that point. So maybe they thought like, oh, I'm inactive. I'm not currently making content. But they must be aware of me at this point. I know I'm a small channel, but they must look into their, like search up their names to check how their stuff's doing and stuff. And or maybe they don't. I don't know. But it's just like as an ironic twist of fate, I wouldn't be surprised if they came to me and they was like, "Hey, you've got you've got. I noticed you've got a channel the same. We've got the same channel name. You know, is it possible you could change it? You know?" And I'd be like, "Well, I've had this channel and I've been using this name as part of my brand. This channel name is part this chat my brand name. Uh, my content creator, alias. I've been using this alias for like since 2019." I took a several month break from creating content, but I'm back now, and I've been using this channel name for I've been using channel name for 7 years, for like 4+ years at this point. So, and I use it on YouTube, on Twitch, TikTok. I've used other streaming platforms as well. Like, I use multiple different content creation platforms, and like with all due respect, unless you've got like legal papers to serve me or something, I'm gonna stick to this name because with all due respect, I had it first. To my knowledge, I had the name first, and I've had it since 2019. No, I don't want to be. I don't not sound like an arsehole about it. It's just like I'm just saying like hypothetically, if as an ironic twist of fate, if they came to me saying this, right? When the irony is I had the name first, to my knowledge, right? I mean they've been doing it since 2023. I think I've been going since 2019. I think I've had the channel name for, and the other channel before that. I think I would have messaged them to ask them to change it if I didn't believe I had, in air quotes, more of a right to use the name than they did, right? Not sound like an arsehole, but it's like, like when you've built your content around a certain name and everything, right? I could change it for sure, but if I was to change my name, if I was forced to change my name, my streaming name and everything, I would I would I would actually look into trademarking my name, my brand name and everything, my logo and everything. Like I would actually like look into like copywriting my shit. If I was forced to change it, I would actually put money in. I would actually invest money into like copyright and shit because to avoid this shit happening in the future, right? Because that I mean it's I'm not even though I do this as a hobby for fun, I'm not putting in all this effort just to have it all go to waste. You know what I mean? So anyway, I know I've been on a long rant, but we've tested my mic now. It sounds fine to me. It doesn't sound 10 out of 10, but it sounds good enough. It sounds usable. It's usable. It's good enough and it's usable. And down the road, I can improve upon it down the road, but it sounds like it's good for now. Doesn't sound like I need to change anything. And I've replugged all I literally unplugged all the cables from my mixer. I unplugged the cables from my mic. I unplugged the cables from the PC. So all the cables have been reseated and unplugged and replugged back in, and it should be fine. So anyway, let's actually get down and play the game now for realsies. I've tested my mic multiple times. And I've gone on a rant about, for some reason, I don't know what possessed you, but I went on a rant about my channel name as well. For some reason. Let's actually get down to it. For realsies this time.
Now there's no turning back. I know that we'll face whatever may come our way, 'cause tomorrow's a new day. These simple days may pass me by, but with your hand I know that we can fly, guiding me through an open door. We can soar with you, there's no hesitation, only feelings that whisper inside my heart, telling me this is the place to start. Although there's times I may stumble and fall again, I know that I'm not alone in the end. I'm finally taking a path that will guide me straight ahead. Now there's no turning back. Just let those empties fade into black and fall into a new day. Please promise you won't let it slip away, and no, I'll be there. We'll take the leap and not have a care. Today will be the day. I'll never let these feelings slip away.
Hello? Alright, cool. Sorry about that, everybody. I was in the middle. Literally got a phone call as I'm doing the intro. Don't get me wrong, I like watching the intro as well, right? So I'm sitting here like, you know, I hear the phone call, I'm like, oh no, like I'm literally in the middle of, about to, like, what's worse, I just went on a rant about, like, you know, I did my mic issue, I tested my mic multiple times, even when I said I'm good now, it's good, I tested it again, just to be doubly, triple, quadruple sure that it's fine, you know. So I was like, and then you know, I get a phone call and I'm like, no, please, not a phone call. I'm trying to stream. So I feel, you know, I feel like horrible for, like, I have to be like, you know, sorry, like I let them like speak and get out what they wanted to say, but I'm like, but you know, I was like, okay, like, I'm looking at the time on the stream because, you know, when I'm on OBS, there's like a time of how long you've been going for, and I'm like, okay, yeah, okay, cool, yeah. Let's actually get down and do it. I have to check after we're done streaming. I'll have to check how much time had passed. I think it was like only a minute or two had passed. I think it was only like a minute or two. So it's fine, but then it's like, you know, I don't know. We'll see. I'll have to watch it back and determine if I want to maybe do the intro. Game intro starts at blah blah. Game starts at game intro starts at this. Gameplay starts at this time. So like people know if they want to watch from the intro, they can. But when I actually start playing the game, is at this time. That way, that call interruption, you know, people can make the choice if they want to watch through that call interruption, or if they just want to watch straight, you know, me actively, you know, talking and playing the game. I have to watch it and see if like a minute or two. If it was more than a minute, then I'll probably do that just for this one at least. And every other one will just be the, you know, game starts, blah blah. Anyway, so actually get down and actually play. Let's do it. I wake up on time the next morning and quickly get ready for the day. See me? Maybe if I'm fast enough, I can beat Mina to breakfast. After I get dressed and gather my things, I head downstairs. To my disappointment, both Mina and Erin are already sitting at the table.
Nice of you to join us.
Evelyn ignores me, happily chewing on a steamed bun. Looks like Aunt Amiko left us meat buns and sweet meat buns. And sweet bean buns. I glance at her. Do you like it? She takes another bite and nods.
They're delicious.
This fine. It sounds like the game will go much louder. I blink. That's the first time she's openly admitted to liking something. Mina claps her hands together in delight.
I knew you'd like it.
Yes, you were right all along.
So Mina, how much convincing did it take before you try one? Oh, sorry. So Mina, how much convincing did it take before she'd try one? Mina says blankly.
None.
What?
Yeah, I just said they're good, and she tried one.
And she was right. They are good.
I narrow my eyes. So if Mina says something's good, you'll trust her. But if I say something's good, you think it'll be bad?
Indeed.
She answered that a little too cheerfully, chewing another mouthful. Mina, wing woman me. Whatever works. Tell her the opposite of what I want. Wing woman me? I don't know, man. It's called not to sound negative here, but it's called it's typically called wingman for a reason. Not saying you can't have a wing woman, but it just sounds off, right? It's a wingman. It's called a wingman for a reason to me. Not that there can't be wing woman, but maybe I'm negative here. Maybe I'm being negative here, and stereotyping here, but I would say I still prefer a wingman. If Koze, I mean, don't get me wrong, I know that's saying a lot when Koze doesn't have the best of luck with the ladies. You want Koze by your side instead of Mina, who's a woman herself and knows and can give her opinion on how a woman might take or not take something, and she can help you seduce a woman because she knows she obviously knows how women can think. Not all women, but she knows. She has more experience. She'll be able to give you better advice, being a woman herself, and how a woman might take or not take something. So maybe I should take my own thought process to heart here and actually ask her that. But then you know what? I'm also a spiteful son of a bitch. So I don't know. Maybe I should choose that option. It's one of these two. Tell her the opposite of what I want. That means if I say something's bad, you'll think it's good. Let's test this theory. Hey Evelyn, you shouldn't wear your hair tied up. It looks much better when it's down.
I know. That's why my hair is down.
No, you're supposed to do the opposite.
Why would I do that? We both agree that my hair looks better down.
You aren't supposed to agree with me. Both Erin and Mina shoot me a weird look. This didn't turn out the way I thought it would. Mina turns back to Erin.
Do you really not have these back home?
Evelyn shakes her head, swallowing her bite. The reason she agreed with me to do the opposite is because she already thinks that herself. It has to be something that she won't agree. If she doesn't already hold an opinion for it, then you say the opposite, because she'll do the opposite of what you want. If you say the opposite of what you want, then she'll do that, right? But if she already holds an opinion on it, then you have to do the opposite of that opinion, right? That makes sense. Like if she already holds an opinion on her hair being, if she already holds a positive opinion on her hair being down, you saying that it looks better down because you think it's actually better up will mean that she'll just keep it down because she already holds a positive opinion on her hair being down. If you say something she already agrees with, she's just gonna keep it like that, right? If she doesn't hold an opinion on it, she doesn't know if it's good or bad. If you think it's good, you have to say it's bad. Then she'll do the opposite because she's unsure of what to think of it. So for reverse psychology to work, they have to not already have an established opinion or perception of it. So so we had the right idea, he's just not doing it. It's just the character was being an idiot. It's the right idea, poor execution. Evelyn shakes her head, swallowing her bite.
No, but rest assured that will change. Once I return, I'll instruct my chef to make them every morning.
Mina's eyes widen.
Chef?
Wow, look at the time. We better get going before we're late. I don't want to go down this road. But better get Mina distracted so she'll stop asking questions. Luckily, Mina checks the time.
Oh, you're right. Let's hurry.
Grabbing an extra bun, I fling my bag over my shoulder and follow the girls out of the house. This just establishes even further that I was right to invest my time into Kira, because no matter whatever I say, she'll do the opposite. She trusts Mina, even though she doesn't. She trusts Mina, and so if Mina says it's good, then I'll give it a go. But if I say it's good, then she'll instantly think the opposite. Like that. That's. I don't want to say it, but that's it. I'm gonna come out and say it. She's incredibly fucking. That sounds a little sexist to me. She's not gonna trust my opinion because I'm a guy. But if Mina says it, it's fine, and she'll trust her opinion. If I say it's bad, she'll do the opposite. Like, no, that's bullshit. I'm calling bullshit on that. I mean, obviously, we'd have to test the theory with Kira. If I say to Kira something's good, will she trust me to give it a go? Because she value. I think the problem is, Erin doesn't value my opinion or trust me, right? But she trusts Mina. But then Mina wasn't the one that got her into this predicament, right? Mina didn't make the wish to wish her into this world. Even though I'm the one that's making all the effort to get her back home, right? And the worst part is Evelyn's treated me like shit, nothing but like shit the entire time she's been here, right? Even though I'm helping her, begrudgingly helping her, she's treated me like shit this entire time. And yet Mina, she treats lovingly and great and everything. But don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little pissed off. I'm a little spiteful, I'm a little spiteful. I know it's just a game, but it pisses me off, Everyone treats me nothing but like shit when all I've done is been pushing to help her out and be there for her, right? In spite of her treating me like crap. And then I come to find out, oh, she trusts Mina. She values Mina's opinion, despite her not knowing Mina very long. And even though she's technically known me longer, and I'm the one helping her try to get back home, she doesn't trust or value my opinion. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. That further to me, that further supports my choice to invest into Kira over Evelyn. That further supports my choice because Evelyn gives me a chance and values my company. Even though our initial interactions were circumstantial, right? She actually values my company and wants to spend time with me. And Evelyn actively wants to just use me as a means to an end, treats me like crap, and then doesn't even trust or value my opinion when I offer it. And I'm being, genuine. No, I'm already. This further supports my choice not to go with Kira over Evelyn. I'm really not a big fan of Evelyn. Really not a big fan of her. Mina and Evelyn continue to chat, and I tag a little bit behind. They've really hit it off. I've noticed them spending more time together in the house too. I think it's also like another thing of it is obviously Mina's a girl, right? She's another woman, right? I guess she's not quite a woman yet, like I don't know when typically like people you consider when you consider a man over being a boy. You're no longer a boy, you're a man, and you're no longer a girl, you're a woman. I guess when you become an adult, that's when the transition happens. So I guess at this point, Mina's still a girl. She's not a woman yet. we'll go with that. We'll go with that. We'll go with that approach. And I guess because Mina's a fellow, you know, female, right? A fellow female. She trusts her. She innately more trusts her opinion over mine because I'm a boy. What would I know? You know, boys don't. You know, when it comes to like, you know, food and hygiene and stuff, she's gonna trust Mina over me because Mina's a woman. She'll know what's better and more suitable, you know, over me. Which I'll eat any crap, right? I'm not gonna lie. The more I think about it, yeah, I'm gonna definitely. I definitely think Evelyn's a little. Well, I say a little. Evelyn's definitely sexist. She's definitely sexist. Like, because I've given her no reason to distrust or not value my opinion. You know, and she innately trusts Mina over me, even though I've been helping her. Like, I know I keep going on about it, but I really don't like Evelyn. I really dislike her as a character. Maybe I'm not giving her a fair enough of a chance. I'm thinking too much into it and taking it too much to heart. But I know it's just a game and all that. But I just, if I met a woman like her in real life, honestly, that would sow distrust. That would make me not want to interact with them, or if they ask for my opinion, I just wouldn't give it. It's like, what's the point? Are you asking for my opinion because you genuinely value what I have to say, or because you want to know you're just going to do the opposite of what I say? Which means you don't trust or value my opinion, so go fuck yourself. I'm not wasting my breath on somebody who doesn't trust or value what I have to say. Like, no. And I bet you any money if we had that interaction with Erin, she's like, yeah, exactly. I need to know what not to do. It's like, well, guess what? You can go fuck yourself. And you'll not do that because I've told you to do that, so you'll do the opposite. Mina and Erin continue to chat, and I tag a little bit behind. They've really hit it off. I've noticed them spending more time together in the house too. We soon reach the school gates. Together, we enter and cross through the courtyard. Although we aren't late, we're cutting it close. Most students are already in class. Hustling, we head down the hall and into the classroom where we take our seats. Jose greets us enthusiastically, full of energy first thing in the morning.
Hey guys!
Hey ma'am.
I was worried you weren't gonna make it on time today.
Before any of us can reply, the instructor enters. We really did cut it close.
Good morning, everyone. Please get settled. Class is starting.
After taking attendance, Mrs. Sato clears her throat.
As I'm sure you all know, the election for grade representative on the student council is this week, and I'm happy to share that we have 2 students in our class running this year. Because of this, I'm delaying the appointment of class representative until the end of the election. Whichever candidate is elected grade representative will also be our class representative.
What? I just blanked. What did she say? I'm sure you all know the election for grade representative on student council was this week. I'm happy to share that we have 2 students in our class running this year. Only 2? Okay. Because of this, I'm delaying the appointment of class representative until the end of election. Whichever candidate elected grade representative will also be our class representative. Oh. Oh, okay. Because there's 2 from our class running for grade representative, she's gonna make whichever one win. Because if it was just 1, then they'd have another election for class. But because there's 2, whichever one gets elected out of the two of them will get made class representative as well. Because there's 2 to pick from. Whereas if it was just 1, I imagine there would be another election because it's not fair for them to, because they're guaranteed to win otherwise. Because there's more than 1 option, it gives you choice. Even though it's only 2, it's still 1 or the other versus just 1. Okay, I get it. The room is soon abuzz with whispers and murmurs. Holding both titles would be an extra honour. A hand raises into the air. Mrs. Sato calls on the student.
What if neither candidate is elected?
Then the class representative will be chosen the traditional way, based on academic merit.
The student seems satisfied with the answer. That makes sense to me too.
Now, with that out of the way, let's get started with our first candidate.
Mrs. Sato glances down at her notes.
Mr. Judo Osamu, whenever you're ready.
Zero, you better be good, man, because I'll be honest. I know. I think Erilyn's running as well, right? I'll be honest with you. I'm already rooting for whoever's the opposite of Erilyn. I'm already rooting for them. They've already got my vote. Automatically, whoever's going against Erilyn has already got my vote. Automatically have my vote. So unless they're really, really bad, and I'm forced to choose Erilyn on principle, because her, even though she's an arse, she'll be better at the job than them. Like they have to be really, really bad for me to not want to vote for them. So, Jiro, you better bring it, man. You better bring it. Bring your A game. Because you've automatically got my vote. It's going to be very, very difficult for you to fuck this up. But let's see. Jiro immediately stands up in his seat, adjusting the thick glasses on his face. His uniform is starched and neatly pressed. He even has an extra pen and pocket square in his pocket. His expression is serious as he nods to the class.
Thank you, everyone. I would take my responsibility as grade representative very seriously, and we use this opportunity to make school life better for everyone. I'll work to make sure we have the best materials we need for learning, such as new textbooks and chalk. But not just any chalk, the good kind that doesn't leave streaks when erased.
Sounds good to me. He raises his fist in emphasis, but only gets a couple scattered claps in response. My eyes are drooping as he continues his speech. Even if I wanted to focus, his monotone voice makes it really hard. Yeah, I feel like I mentioned that before. Like I've mentioned that before when I'm doing this narration stuff. Like I feel like I'm not putting enough emotion into it. But then it's hard to emote every single bit of narration, especially if I feel like I need to say it in a certain way, then I will, right? But it's hard to put emotion into every little bit of dialogue that I speak. If it's not my character speaking, it's just me narrating, right? Obviously, I'm going to default to speaking in monotone because you know there's no need for any emotion behind it. But at the same time, when you think things to yourself, you're not necessarily gonna think emotionally, right? Because you're not speaking aloud. And sometimes that emotion comes naturally, right? But when I have to force it because I'm acting, right? I have to. It's just tough to do. I'm not a professional, right? So it's tough. It's tough to narrate and make the narration sound interesting without it seeming like it feels forced, especially when it's just, you know, it's not spoken dialogue. Anyway, I'll read this again. My eyes are drooping as he continues his speech. Even if I wanted to focus, his monotone voice makes it really hard. As I glance around the room, my classmates share my thoughts. Some have their heads in their hands, they lean on the desk. After what feels like an eternity, he sits back down. Mrs. Sato has a pained smile on her face.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Osamu, for that, informative speech.
So basically, Erilyn's already got more momentum because she's hot and she's beautiful and everything, right? The girls are gonna automatically vote for her because she's a girl, right? Like not to sound sexist, but they are automatically gonna vote for her because she's a girl, right? Because you know they're gonna be like, oh, it's a woman. She'll better represent us because she's a woman, right? So I feel like automatically there's gonna be a bias towards Erilyn, right? Objectively speaking, there's going to be a bias towards her. I've got a bias towards Erilyn because she just treats me like crap and doesn't value, respect, or trust me. That's where my bias comes from, right? And that's why, you know, that Jiro's automatically had my vote. But now I'm like, oh, is it at any point? I might still vote for him because he hasn't said anything bad. He's just wasn't very good, right? He's giving generic promises, right? You're not making it personal. You're not making it mean something to the class. Right? yeah, textbooks and all that is a given, right? That's sort of like common sense, right? To have those things. But what about things that are personal to the students that mean something to them? You haven't said anything that stands out or is unique, right? It's common sense for better textbooks and stuff, right? But that's boring shit. None of that matters to a student, right? A pen is no different than another pen. A rubber is no different than another bit of rubber, right? You have to make it mean something to the students. You have to promise things that invoke an emotional response that get them, you know, actually invested. So he hasn't said anything that makes me dislike him, but he hasn't promised anything that makes me feel like he's going to do a really good job. And he knows what the students really want. But everyone's already going to have a lot of momentum right now. We'll see.
And our second candidate is Miss Erilyn Dawn.
I bet you people are going to cheer for her. The class raises sleepy heads as Erilyn stands. You must have been serious about student council yesterday.
Yes, that's right. I'm running for grade representative. I hope to have your support. Thank you.
The class sits to attention at her short speech, looking hopeful again. Zero scoffs.
That's it? That's your opening remark?
I said all that was necessary.
You just said, I'm running. I hope I can have your support. Thank you. What are you pushing for? What are you fighting for? You literally haven't given you haven't given me a reason to vote for you. You want me to vote for you simply because it's you? No.
You're not going to share what kind of platform you're running on?
My platform? It's simple. My platform is that of the people, by the people, and for the people.
I feel like she's just quoting somebody there. I feel like that's a quote. She's... Okay. The class erupts into whoops and cheers while Jiro sits dumbfounded.
What? That's not how this works! That's not how any of this works!
It kind of is, Jiro. Like, she's already got a point. He's not wrong in the sense that, like, she has to give points. She has to make an argument, write a case for why people should vote for her. She hasn't really built a solid case. He's not wrong in that sense. But at the same time, she's literally said that she's gonna... I guess she didn't say anything because she thought it was obvious, but people can't read her mind. But he's kind of helping her. He's actually helping her. He's inadvertently helping her here. He's challenging her and questioning her argument, which was simply, I'm running, so you should vote for me. Thank you. And he challenged her on it, and she was forced to. He made her elaborate, and her elaboration actually made more of an argument. So he's inadvertently helping her. He probably doesn't even realise it. So it kind of is how it works. Don't get me wrong. His argument, whilst boring, was boring and generic. His argument was much more informative and had a better foundation. But her argument evoked emotion, right? Which, like I said earlier, you need to invoke an emotional response, right? You need to get people invested. Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Evelyn flashed the crowd a flirty wink before sitting back down. Then she glances at me.
Not bad, right? I was born to be a leader.
You can command me any day. So moving, short and sweet. Are you serious? I don't get to pick an op. That's bullshit. All of these options are in response to, are positive for her. I'll be nice, but I'll say it ironically. I'm gonna say, I'll say be nice. I'll be sarcastic about it. Yeah, it was short and very much to the point. I couldn't have asked for a better speech.
I had a feeling the people would appreciate brevity.
Yeah, looks like you were right. Mrs. Sato grins in amusement at the scene before her.
Thank you very much, Miss Dawn.
She claps politely before regaining control of the class.
Thank you for everyone's enthusiasm today. I hope you will all give your support to your fellow classmates. We'll get to hear more from each of our candidates tomorrow morning during the candidate debate.
Based on how today went, tomorrow's debate should be interesting. Erin and Jiro are two very different candidates, and I'm curious to meet the candidates running from the other homeroom classes.
Now, let's begin today's lesson.
I dislike the devs. Like, I can't imagine PixelFade would ever watch it. But PixelFade, if you're watching, you should have given me an option to speak against her. Right? That's bullshit. Every option there was a positive option. That's bullshit. You should have given me a choice to speak against her. I refocus my attention on Mrs. Sato as she starts the class. Class goes by quickly.
Ready to go to lunch?
Sure.
You guys go ahead. I have to take care of something first. I'll meet you there.
Okay. I walk with Kose to the cafeteria, and we get settled at one of the tables. As I unpack another delicious bento from Aunt and Miko, the savoury smell makes my mouth water. I can't wait to dig in. Kose wraps an onigiri and takes a big bite.
That was a crazy morning, right?
Yeah, I think the election will be exciting this year.
Me too. Erlen's definitely going to win.
I hope not. Yeah, that's the only option I can justifiably pick in my eyes. We don't know that yet.
Come on, there's no way Jiro is gonna beat her.
Yeah, maybe. But we don't know. Yeah, maybe. But we don't even know the other candidates yet. Jose pauses.
Oh yeah, I forgot there were more candidates. They probably can't beat Erlen either.
I hope they do. Don't get me wrong. Giru, that was his name. I'm not great with names. Don't get me wrong, he didn't exactly make a great argument. He made more of an argument than her. The problem is that his argument was generic and wasn't unique or it wasn't unique and didn't make it personal to any of the students, right? Like I said earlier, you have to invoke emotion, you have to get the people to rally behind you, right? He didn't promise anything that meant anything to the students. You know? He was like, I'm gonna give you better chalk and better textbooks. No student cares about that. You know? Like, if he came out and said, I understand we have a lunch break, it's only half an hour. I'm going to push so we can have a full hour for a lunch break. That way we can sit down, we can talk to people, we can talk to our fellow students, we can shoot the shit, We don't have to sit there for half an hour, get our food, you have to queue up, that takes time, find a place to sit down, and by the time we've eaten our food, we've maybe got 5-10 minutes to relax before we go back to class. I'm going to push so that we get a full hour. That way you've got plenty of time to get your food, sit down, eat, and then you can sit and chill, maybe read a book for a half an hour, watch an anime episode or something. You have a good amount of time to actually enjoy your lunch break versus you rushing about feeling like it's a deadline. And that's just one of the things I promised. I'm going to make sure that you guys are heard, that you can actually enjoy and want to come to school. Because many of you come here because you want to learn, because we have to learn, we have to, advance in life. But I want to make sure that, I allow you the opportunities to create memories that you can cherish. Again, maybe I'm not making the best argument myself, right? But that, I would argue, is infinitely more better than his argument, right? Having longer lunch breaks. So people can actually, after a boring ass class, they can actually relax and unwind for a bit. And have a significant amount of time with which to do it. It's not too long that it disrupts the school day, but not too short that they don't feel like they've got to rush to get their food and sit down, you know, and waffle their food down. They can actually take their time and enjoy their break. That's already made it more personal, you know, to the student than promising generic shit like textbooks and rubbers and that, right? She made it personal by instantly saying, "I'm going to make sure that that I fight for that I'm for the people, with the people," whatever she said, right? She said that my focus is you, the people in this classroom. I'm going to make sure that whatever I fight for, whatever I push, is because you want it. I'm going to make sure that whatever I fight for is what you want me to fight for. I'm not just going to go off of what I want. I'm going to make sure that it's what you want. That I'm going to hear you out and fight for what you want me to fight for. Anything I put forward is going to be because you wanted it, not because I wanted it, right? And that instantly got people behind her. And like I said, the irony is, he challenged her. Her argument was literally, "Yeah, I'm running. Vote for me, thank you." But he challenged her on it, and she was forced to elaborate. And it was her elaborating that made her argument infinitely better than his. He actually, like I said, he inadvertently helped her. It's so annoying. And I really wanted to vote for him too, because I fucking hate everything. I hate's a strong word, but I don't like her. I dislike her. Right? He automatically had my vote. Now I'm gonna, now it's like, I could still vote for him, but it would be pointless, because he's not gonna win. I hear a thud behind me. We both look over to the source of the noise. 3 older students have gathered around the table, looming over an uncomfortable looking guy. He's skinny and small, and his books are scattered on the floor. One guy, which I assume is the leader of the bullies, sits in the chair beside the scrawnier boy.
Rio, what's going on? I only got a 90 on that homework you did for me. It was supposed to be perfect.
I had to make some mistakes. If it was a perfect score, the teachers would get suspicious.
Are you saying I'm stupid?
No, he's saying the teachers aren't stupid. If it's too perfect and too good, especially coming from somebody who doesn't have a good track record, they'll be like, how did he go from like a 50 to 100 out of nowhere? He improved like that, if you heard the snap there, right? And so he's either had help, he's had a significant amount of help, right? Or he had someone do the work for him. They're going to want to verify how he managed to improve so quickly to make sure he's not cheating or anything. The kid's not wrong. So he's not saying you're stupid, but you asking that question lends credence to the fact that you are. On top of the fact you've got someone else to do the work for you. Rio shrinks back as the older boy leans forward.
No, it's just a precaution.
The bully sits back up again, and Rio lets out a shaky breath.
Well, that's not what you promised me. You promised me a perfect score. We had a deal and you broke it, which means you still owe me.
I'm sorry. I'll redo it.
The bully laughs, which prompts his friends to laugh too. Oh yeah, hyenas. They're just laughing because they just don't want to. They're just laughing because he's laughing. It's like when you wanna impress somebody, right? Or someone's your boss or a leader of the group, like him, right? If they find something funny, you've got to find it funny too, right? Because you can't go against them.
Oh, it's too late for that. I'll have to take your lunch as compensation.
No!
Let's see, what's on the menu for today?
At any point, can me and Kose get up and interject? Because honestly, I'm just waiting for the opportunity to get in this fucker's face. Rio reaches for his food, but the bully swipes it first. All Rio brought was a plain rice ball. It's even smaller than Kose's. He eats the food in one gulp. He eats the food in one gulp, then frowns.
That's it?
That's all I have.
Well, you better come up with something fast because I'm still hungry.
Yeah, you messed up and you need to fix it. He's been very fair so far.
Yeah, you've been really good at kissing ass so far. Rio gulps.
I don't have any money.
That's what everyone says until they suddenly have it.
I really don't have any.
I take another look at Rio. His uniform has been worn and washed so often that the colours have faded. It hangs loosely off of his skinny frame. My guess is that it's second hand. I can see the patches where holes have been hastily sewn up. It doesn't seem like Rio is hiding any money. The bullies circle in on the boy.
We have to do something.
No shit, Sherlock. I look back to Kose clenching his fist, his teeth gritted in anger. We should back him up. And what's the teacher gonna do? If we get a teacher, we basically graft on him, right? And they're either gonna bully him even more because they'll think he told the teacher, or he got somebody to tell the teacher, right? Or they'll bully us. They'll find out who grasped on them, and then they'll bully us too, right? We have to fight fire with fire, right? The only way sometimes, as bad as it sounds, sometimes you have to answer aggression with aggression. Don't get me wrong, don't be hasty, right? But at the same time, you know, they've got to be shown. They've got to be that you got. You know, if I'm someone, if you push me, I push back. You know. Don't get me wrong, they haven't pushed me, right? But you know, like I said, but what I'm saying is like, if someone gives me shit, I'm gonna give them shit, right? If we tell the teacher, that you know, that's grasping, right? And we all know what happens to people who grasp. It doesn't end well. They either bully him harder because they'll think he had something to do with it, or they'll find out who grasped them and then they'll be bullied as well. Right? Don't get me wrong, we can handle ourselves, but it'll amount to the same result as if we, you know, confront them now. They'll confront us later if we tell the teacher, right? So better deal with it now and help that boy as well than do it later on when we grasp. At least if we confront them now, we haven't grasped on them. If we get into trouble as well, you know, they'll have no reason to think we grasped, right? If we don't be hasty, I don't know what that option amounts to. Does that mean we stand by and do nothing? So I don't want to do that option because it's grafting, and grafting is wrong and it doesn't lead to anything good. But at the same time, we can't just stand by and do nothing. So I think we should back him up. You're right. That kid is about to get himself beat up. I get to my feet, ready to act, but Kose is already one step ahead of me. Before the bullies can do further damage, Kose storms over to them. I follow a few steps behind.
Hey, leave him alone.
The bullies are shocked for a moment, but their surprise quickly turns to amusement.
Ah, is this one of your little friends, Rio?
Rio shakes his head, too stunned to speak.
You already got what you wanted from him, so just leave him alone.
He still owes me.
He doesn't owe you anything.
The bully laughs.
Why do you care? Unless you want to pay on his behalf.
The bullies smile in a predatory way. They now surround Kose like sharks. Kose grins dangerously. The atmosphere is tense. The cafeteria has grown quiet.
You sure you want to start something with us first year? There's 3 of us and only 1 of you.
Make that 2, actually. You mean 2 of us. I step up beside Kose. He looks over to me, a strong determination in his eyes and a half smile on his face. He nods, and I nod back.
3 of us.
Oh, Mina, what are you gonna do? They'll be able to lift you up like nothing and throw you across the room. We all whirl around at Mina's voice. He marches up to the bullies, getting right in their faces.
Back off.
Oh, I'll give her something. She's got balls, metaphorically. Right, I'll give her that. She's got balls, but there's a reason we could confidently stand up to them and not her. She's not going to be able to hold her own against them. They're going to be a lot stronger than her. I don't think she's going to be able to overpower them. We're at a disadvantage with 2 of us versus 3 of them, but at least we have a chance, right? Being, you know, young guys, right? Whereas her, not to sound harsh, but she's a small girl, right? She's not gonna be able to hold her own against them, right? Especially if the leader of the group is a bigger boy, right? He's gonna be able to flatten her. So I respect and admire her resolve and confidence, but I think it's also incredibly misplaced, and she's going to get herself hurt. The bullies pause, frowning.
Now you have little girls doing your fighting for you?
I mean, you're not helping.
What, does that scare you? Are you afraid you'll get beat up by a girl?
Nina, I know you think you're looking badass here, but do you really think you can handle yourself against 3 boys? Especially when they're bullies, so they probably work out to make sure that they can back their shit up. Do you really want to talk like that to them? He smiles threateningly. I can almost see the fire radiating off of her as her eyes blaze into the bullies. They stare Mina down for a moment, then back off.
Whatever. This wouldn't be a fair fight anyway.
It probably wouldn't. And Mina's gonna think, yeah, I showed them what's what. But it's like, no, Mina, they backed off because you're a girl, and if they hit a woman, their ass is gonna be served on a silver platter, right? That's the reason they're backing off, because they don't want to hit a girl, right? It's got nothing to do with you being a badass and then being afraid or intimidated by you. I would imagine it's got more to do with the fact that they don't want to get in trouble for hitting a girl. It's not worth it. But she'll think that she was a badass and showed them what's what.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Slowly, they step away, kicking Ryo's chair one last time. I can hear them grumbling about not fighting a girl as they pass. Yeah, exactly. But she'll think it's because she intimidated them and they're insecure. When in actuality, I think the reason they're backing off is because they don't want to hit a girl. But if they do, they'll be known for hitting a girl, right? 3 of them against 1 girl, right? Their reputation will be shot to shit, and they'll be severely punished. They will be looked down upon by society. I let out a breath that I'd been holding. We were lucky we didn't end up exchanging blows. Mina turns on us.
Oh my gosh, you could have gotten into deep trouble.
No shit, Sherlock. What was you supposed to do? Tell the teachers and grass? Yeah, that would have worked out so well.
Somebody needed to stand up to them. They can't get away with bullying people.
What if you'd actually gotten into a fight though? You could have been suspended.
No.
But we didn't fight.
Yeah, only because I got here in time to stop it.
No, we could have handled it. We could have resolved it peacefully as well by just intimidating them. So no, it wasn't a guarantee. It wasn't a full-set conclusion that we were going to get into a fight. It looked that way, but we also could have resolved it peacefully by just intimidating them. Even though it's 2 against 3, we could have stood up to them, and if we were confident about it, they might have backed down. It wasn't a foregone conclusion, Mina. The 2 of us pause as Rio approaches us.
Thank you guys for your help.
No problem. Are you okay?
He nods.
Yeah,
Then he hesitates.
I don't know how I can repay you guys.
There's no need.
Yeah, as long as you're okay. Rio nods again.
I'm Rio.
Kosei.
I'm Holy, and this is Mina.
If you guys ever need homework help or something, let me know. I'm pretty good at tutoring.
He offers a weary smile. Jose grins.
Thanks, man. We'll keep that in mind.
I'll see you around. Thanks again.
Rio collects his bag and exits the cafeteria.
Come on, let's get back to lunch.
I pull Kosei aside as we head back to our table. Hey, that was a really good thing you did. Kosei shrugs.
It was the right thing to do. I mean, what if it had been me? I'd hope that someone would stand up for me too.
I'll do it, buddy. Your friends are here for you. It won't be because you're your own MC. You can take them on your own. You don't have to worry about that, man. It'll never be you.
How do you know?
Because you, Kosei Nakahara, are the MC of your own story. And MCs don't get bullied. He laughs.
That's right! Good thing I have my best friend to remind me of the important things.
We settle down at the table and return to our lunches.
All's well that ends well.
Mina snorts.
Would you be saying that if I hadn't arrived when I did?
Yes, because we could have handled it.
Yeah?
Please. They only backed down because they were intimidated by me.
And there it is. What a surprise. I knew it. She thinks they backed down because they were intimidated because, you know, they're insecure. But no, they back down because you're a girl and they don't want to hit a girl because they'll get in trouble. Not just by the teachers, but everyone in the cafeteria will know that they hit a girl. It had nothing to do with them being intimidated, Mina. You ignorant, you poor ignorant fool. I mean, that could be it, but it's more likely, Mina, that they just didn't want to fight a girl.
Mina's a girl? Could have fooled me.
Mina punches Kose's arm.
Ow!
He rubs at his fresh wound, wincing.
No wonder those guys ran away. You hit like a truck.
Mina scoffs.
Barely even touched you. Maybe you should hit the gym.
I do. Besides, if you work out so much, you'll look even more manly.
She pulls back her arm to hit again, but Kose dodges out of the way.
I kid.
Back in a sec. I'm back. Right. Alright. Mina isn't convinced. She leaps out of her chair and lunges at Kose, who scrambles away just in time. She chases after him, and the two vanish from sight. Guys, what about your food? I sigh. So much for eating lunch together. The bell rings a little while later, and I head back to class. For the rest of the day, I take notes and do my best to pay attention. I'm still thankful when the dismissal bell rings. I have some free time after school today. As I pack up my things, I wonder if anyone wants to hang out. Yeah, I fucking knew it, man. That Mina would be like, "You're lucky I was here. You're lucky that I was here, and they were intimidated by me." But Mina, they weren't intimidated by you, and Kose might be an arse about it, but I mean, I know I said it in an arsehole way too, you know, but I know Kose was an arse about it, as was I about saying it. Pardon me. But they didn't back off because they were intimidated. There was 3 of them against you. What could you have done to them? They're naturally gonna be stronger than you, right? Because not to sound disrespectful, but they're young boys, right? They're gonna be naturally stronger than you, right? And there are also 3 of them versus 1 of you, right? They're going to eat you up. It's not even gonna be funny, right? It's gonna be so quick. You're gonna be able to blink, right? They didn't back off because they're intimidated. They backed off because they don't want to be known for hitting a girl, right? That's frowned upon. Even in today's world, right, with women working their ass off to build their bodies up and look like shit brick houses, right? You know, they're built like a shit brick house, right? That's the saying. I feel like that is the saying, right? Like they're built like a shit brick house, right? They're like even then, right? If I was to go against in real life, right? If I was to go against a woman, right? Because I'm a guy, because I'm a man, I'll be looked down upon and frowned upon by society because even if there was, I'm not saying it. If I go against a woman who works out, goes to the gym, and literally trains, her body, right? She's probably going to be strong. She's probably going to be able to overpower me, right? Because I don't work out, right? Even though I'm a guy, I don't work out and build up my muscle. I don't build up my muscle mass or anything, right? She could probably overpower me, right? Because she works out on herself, right? But even if I was to somehow overpower her, even though she's built like a shit brick house, right, and it looks like she's easy to be able to fuck me over. If I somehow get one up on her, I'll be known for beating up a woman. It doesn't matter that she's built like a shit brick house. It doesn't matter if she instigated it or anything. Even if she instigated it, right, she's the one that confronted me, and I tried to resolve it peacefully, but she was looking for a fight no matter what I said, right? It doesn't matter what I say, she's gonna want to fight me, right? And I overpower her, I'll be known as the guy that beat up on a woman. right? That I beat up a woman. It doesn't matter that she's in the wrong. I'll be known as the guy who beat up a woman. That you know what I mean? That even in today's world, with being 2024, how society, morals and principles of today, and how society, functions today versus like 10, 20 years ago or whatever, it doesn't matter. I'll be known as the guy to beat up a woman, right? And so I just don't think Nina's really getting that, right? Like, obviously, I knew straight away. I knew it was a full. I knew straight away that she was gonna think she's a badass. She intimidated them and they're insecure. I knew it was gonna be something on those lines. No, I was right. I knew exactly how she was gonna perceive herself after that confrontation. And don't get me wrong, she is a badass for stepping up to them. There's three of them and one of her, right? She is a badass for stepping up to them, and I admire that and respect her confidence and resolve. She's a badass for doing that, but at the same time, she's not a badass because she made them back down. They chose to back down because she's a girl, because they don't want to hit a girl, because they know the repercussions of doing that. Like, they didn't back down because of her. They backed down because she's a girl. Like, I know it's just a game and everything, but it's just like, come on, man. Mina's so innocent and ignorant, it's not even funny. But anyhow. Kose and Mina are hanging out right now. So, and Erin, I'd rather not hang out with Erin unless I have to. I'm not a big fan of her. Mina and Kose, obviously they ran off. I don't know what they're doing now. Maybe they're still hanging out, but if Mina's not with Kose anymore, Mina's gone with Erin. They chose to go off and do their own thing. So I think I'm going to spend time with Kira, mate. So I would like to advance. I'd like to advance my relationship with her, as a friend or otherwise. I wonder what Kira's up to this afternoon. Maybe she'll want to hang out. The crowd starts thinning as students head home. I take a quick look through the house. The crowd starts thinning as students head home. I take a quick look through the halls, but there's no sign of Kira. She's not in the courtyard either. She must have already left. I guess I'll catch her next time. As I'm about to head home, my stomach rumbles. I'm hungrier than I'd realised. Yeah. I may as well get a snack before I go home. I've heard about a hipster cafe that opened up across the street from school. It's supposed to have really good drinks and desserts. I've been meaning to try it. Now would be the perfect time. I make my way over to the cafe and enter. It's a mix of tabletops and casual couches, with customers lounging. Why is this music so bloody loud? Is that better? There's a mix of tabletops and casual couches, which customers lounging. The large windows let in lots of natural light, giving the place a cute, cosy atmosphere. The place is packed with students. I overhear a couple of guys chatting excitedly about the food and drink.
I'm so excited about the cafe's promotion this week. Me too. I love Hello Kitten.
Why didn't why didn't he just message Kira? Hey Kira, do you want to hang out? Why did he not? I don't know. Maybe he assumed because she chose not to hang around that she left quickly. Maybe he assumed she's busy doing something, didn't want to bother her. But he could have called her or even just texted her. Actively calling her is maybe going to disrupt whatever she's doing, sure, right? But texting her is not going to bother. She can just reply to the text another time, right? I don't know. I feel like I've been stupid there.
I can't decide what cake to get though. The Hello Chocolate Cake looks good. But so does the Hello Matcha Cake.
Huh? Half has a promotion? Excuse me. The guy's paused, looking at me. Sorry to interrupt, But what is the promotion happening at this cafe?
You don't know? This week their entire menu is Hello Kitten themed.
What? Really?
Yeah, it's to help promote the new Hello Kitten store that just opened up this week.
The first guy nods.
I think it's really great when the community supports each other like that. I'm sure we'll get more cross promotions in the future. Yeah, I can't wait.
Come in. I see. Thanks for the info. I turn back to their conversation while I grab a menu and take a look. Every item on there has some kind of Hello Kitten reference. This isn't what I signed up for. The promotion will only last a week, so maybe I should come back when it's over. As I'm debating whether I should stay or go, I just spot a familiar face at one of the tables. Kira sitting by herself, looking over a menu. You know what would have felt more natural to me is if he texted her saying, "Hey, you know, I want to hang out. I wonder if you wanted to hang out, you know. But I know she's not around school, so I didn't want to bother you, you know. Just let me know, right?" And then either she texts him saying, "I'm at the cafe," or he comes here while she's waiting for him to text her. He speaks to those guys, and then he gets a text back saying, "Oh, I'm at the cafe," or "over here," you know, because she spots him while he's talking to the guys, you know. I feel like that would have been better than, because it feels like, you know, forced, right? Like, oh, he wants to hang out with Kira, and then she's not busy. So why give me the option to hang out with Kira if she's busy and not around? But I just wasted that choice, right? Now I've got to reload and pick a different choice, right? So why let me make that choice? And so obviously, I would argue it was like easy to suspect that you're gonna find Kira. Kira's gonna be wherever he goes. I was wondering, like, wait, are we not gonna interact with Kira at all? Right? Like, seriously, we made that choice and Kira's nowhere to be found. We're not even gonna run into her, right? So I just feel like he could have texted her. That little choice would have made all the difference to me in the narrative, right? Like, I just don't like the way this has been orchestrated to me. But I know I'm going into it, but just, I guess, me as a writer, right? Even though, you know, even though like I'm not that much of one these days, right? I just thought that would have worked better if he texted her, and then, you know, he goes to the cafe while she's waiting, right? Because he doesn't know if she's going to reply back or not, right? Maybe he checks after a few minutes and she hasn't replied, so you know, you just assume she's busy, right? So he goes to the cafe and he gets a text from saying, "Oh, over here," you know. That would have felt more natural to me than him just happening to run into her at the cafe. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just feel like that's the way I would have written it, right? Anyway, what a coincidence. Guess I wanted to talk to Kira anyway. Maybe I'll stay. I make my way over. "Hey Kira, may I join you?" Her gaze fixes up over the menu, then she nods.
Hey, sure, if you'd like to.
Thanks. I take the seat across from her as she continues to study the menu. "Are you a Hello Kitten fan?"
Yes.
I blink. I was half joking, but she answered that so casually. Well, I asked it so casually. Really? Kira puts down her menu and cocks her head to the side.
Is that surprising?
A little.
Every girl liked Hello Kitten growing up.
Really? Every girl? Sure. That's true, I guess. Even Mina went through a Hello Kitten phase when she was young. Huh. I guess Hello Kitten is universal. Is that what brings you here? Nods.
Do you like Hello Kitten too?
Like, I don't want to change how I speak the dialogue too much, but I want to speak it in a way that makes sense for me, you know, acting as the character, right? So, I don't want to change the dialogue too much, so I want to speak it as it's written as best I can. But I also want to speak it in a way that feels natural and makes more sense to me. No, not really. She's cute, but not really my style.
Oh.
I actually came here because I heard the food would be good. I actually didn't know it had a promotion this week.
I see.
We both turn back to the menu. They have a range of cakes, cookies, parfait, coffee and tea, all related to Hello Kitten. After a moment, Kira sits down her menu. Do you know what you want? He nods.
I'll get the hello strawberry cake and a hello latte.
That sounds good.
What about you?
Choose the biggest dessert on the menu. Get something not Hello Kitty if possible. What did you say she's getting? I like strawberry cake. There are only a couple of items that look like they won't be related to Hello Kitten. I'll choose one of those. I'll get a regular tea. I'd like to see how they turn that into Hello Kitten. A waitress soon comes by and takes down her order. Kira looks around as we wait. Each table has a small basket of Hello Kitten trinkets and toys, including ours. She reaches inside and pulls out a headband of cat ears, complete with a signature red bow. She turns it in her hands, inspecting it curiously. I bet Kira would look cute in this. I wonder if she'd wear it. Hey Kira. Looks up. You should try those on. I chuckle to myself, expecting her to refuse. She pauses, staring at the ears. To my surprise, she accepts it with a little shrug and places it on her head. And that's the screenshot for this playthrough. There we are. For this stream. He blinks a couple of times before facing me. He's so cute. I didn't know I wanted this until now. My heart races. The soft ears poking out from her silky black hair is too much. She's fulfilling dreams I didn't even know I had. I let out a low whistle of appreciation. Hello, Kira. No, I should whistle. Hello, Kira. He blinks.
Huh?
That's what your brand name should be. If you were a toy, you'd be more popular than Hello Kitten.
I'm not sure about that.
I mean, I'd buy you. He continues to stare.
Thank you?
You're welcome. I mean, I'm not surprised that was her response. Okay. How dare you objectify me? That wouldn't make sense for Kira to maybe she'd maybe say that, but she wouldn't say it like that. Much to my disappointment, he removes the headband and puts it back in the basket. The waitress returns with our orders and places it in front of us. Just as I expected, my tea comes out in a plain cup and saucer. This is perfect. I'm confident I've avoided the trend when Kira points to my stirring spoon. The end of the handle was a little bow.
There's the Hello Kitten.
I can live with that. Kira stares at the food in front of her. Her steaming latte has a cute Hello Kitten drawn in the foam. They've included small details of her eyes, whiskers and bow. That's talent. The dainty cake is a square cup vanilla cake, layered with strawberries and fresh cream. The very top of the cake has chocolate drops for eyes and long chocolate whiskers. A bow-shaped strawberry garnishes the top corner. Even after I've started to dig in, Kira continues to stare. Is something wrong?
I don't want to eat it.
Why? What's wrong?
It's too cute.
Oh my god. Say what? Maybe you can drink your latte first? She shakes her head.
That's cute too.
She looks back and forth between the latte and the cake.
My latte kitten is too pretty to ruin.
I'll ruin it. Kira picks up her fork. Gentle determination creased in her brow. She carefully cuts into the cake and takes a bite. Her eyes widen and a soft smile graces her lips. She immediately goes for a second bite. This is the most enthusiasm I've ever seen from her. Do you like it? She nods, too busy eating to answer. I smile. It's really nice to see Kira happy about something. As we eat, I hear two guys talking loudly at the table beside us.
Hey, did you get a copy of the new prototype yet? I heard they're sending them out to major bloggers.
You mean the Igarashi Orbulus chasm? I think it's just a few select outlets that got a copy so far, at least for now.
Man, that sucks.
I know! I really want to try it out. They say it's the most realistic VR system developed so far. The games are supposed to be awesome.
I've heard of the Obelisk Chasm too, and all the hype about it. Oh man, the Obelisk Chasm does sound cool.
It's pretty interesting. Some of the games I tried were quite realistic.
It takes a moment for my brain to register what she said. Wait, you've played it already? He
My
nods.
parents sent me one to try out.
Sometimes I forget that Kira's parents are the same Igarashi. She's so down to earth and never flaunts her background. That's so cool! I can't wait for the release so I can test it out.
You can try mine.
Wait, are you serious? She nods. That would be amazing. When can I try it? She shrugs.
Whenever you want.
Excuse me. Does Saturday work for you?
Sure.
Cool. You can bring it to my house whenever it's convenient. Thanks ahead.
It would be better if you come to my house.
What? A fierce blush warms my face. Kira lives alone. She's invited me to be alone with her in her house. Are you sure that's okay? She
It's
nods.
easier this way. All of the sensors for the VR system are set up in my house.
Oh. And out the breath I've been holding, relief flooding over me. That's all she was thinking. Okay, sure. A broad grin splits my face. This is awesome. We settle on a time and Kira texts me her address. There's a warm fullness in my belly and heart. I'm really looking forward to the weekend. When we finish up, we pay for our orders and gather our things.
I'm going home.
Yeah, me too. I'm glad I ran into you here.
Same. See you in class.
Yeah, see you. We say our goodbyes and head our separate ways. I'm surprised she's so casual about being alone in her house with me. This must mean she trusts me now, though. Thought makes me happy. I like that Kira's comfortable opening up to me more. She never ceases to surprise me. Yeah, she's much nicer than Erilyn. As I walk home, I wonder about what her house looks like. I guess I'll find out soon. Once home, I head to my room. The rest of the evening goes by quickly. After working on some homework, I play games until late in the night. Once I realise the time, I get ready for bed. Then I settle in and go to sleep. I'm jerked awake by a fluffy thwack to the head. Wah!
Wake up, wake up, wake up!
Mina bounces in front of my face as I groan.
You did so well yesterday. What happened?
I remembered the joys of sleep.
Well, now you can remember the joys of being awake.
She rips off my blanket and dashes out of the room before I can retaliate. I hear her voice in the hall.
Hurry up! Breakfast is getting cold.
With a sigh, I tear myself away from my comfy bed and get ready. I reconvene with everyone downstairs and quickly eat breakfast. Once we're all ready, we set off towards school. Mina leads the way and Erilyn follows close behind. Mina leads the way and Erilyn follows close behind. She seems to be in especially high spirits. She walks with a purpose, taking confident strides. I have a feeling she's enjoying the attention from campaigning. I spot the flash of gelled hair as Kose catches up with us.
Hey guys!
Hey,
Oh, Kose, you made it today.
What do you mean I made it? You're the ones who've been consistently late.
guilty as charged. Deny all responsibility. Being early is lame. That doesn't sound like us at all.
Yeah, I would never be late.
It's true. She wouldn't. So it's true, she wouldn't. She'd sooner kill us than all be late.
Wouldn't killing us first make her late?
Yes, which is why she hasn't done it. Jose sneaks a look in Mina's direction.
Not yet.
Erilyn, who had walked ahead, finally pauses and turns back to us with a confused expression.
If you keep standing around, then we really are going to be late.
Oh, you're right.
Mina rushes to catch up, while Kose falls into a step with me. He glances at Erilyn.
She seems eager to get to school today.
Yeah,
I bet she's excited for the debate.
I blink. What debate?
The candidate debate for grade representative. Did you forget?
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Not long before we've reached the school, Erilyn walks briskly, leading us straight through the doors. Once we're inside, we head to the cafeteria where chairs are set up. It's already packed with first years from all of the homeroom classes. Erilyn splits off from us and joins Jiro and the other candidates. There's a small girl with short hair who fidgets nervously, a stocky guy teasing the nervous girl, and another girl who looks bored out of her mind. They must be from the other They must be from the other homeroom classes. None of them seem promising as candidates. You haven't even heard any of them speak yet. I see Kira doodling in a notebook and sit next to her, with Mina and Kose filling in beside us. He briefly glances up and gives me a nod in greeting. I nod back. A few moments later, all of the homeroom teachers arrive.
Good morning, everyone.
Everyone settles down as Miss Sato reaches the podium and the makeshift stage. In fact, there are a bunch of podiums set up in front of the room today.
We have a very exciting start to our day. The grade representative debate. I hope everyone is awake and alert and ready to listen.
Mrs. Sato gestures to the podiums.
Let's have all of our candidates join us on stage, please.
Okay, I think that's going to be it for today. And I probably should have ended it earlier, but I wanted to go a little bit more. Did I save it? Yeah, I did. There we go. I think that's a good stopping point. I mean, I could have stopped when I woke up, but I thought like, no, I'll wait to get a little bit, you know, I'll do a little bit more. Why not? So yeah, that's going to be it from me, everybody. I didn't take any clips today, but to be fair, I've got a ton of clips. I believe I've literally got like I've got all the ones from yesterday. I've got the ones from 7 days ago, which I haven't edited yet. And then I've got the Cloudpunk ones to do. So I've got a good couple clips to edit through. Like I've got tons of content to edit through. So even though I didn't get any clips today, it's not the end of the world that I didn't. So that's going to be it from me, everybody. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for watching. Let's put it down to whilst I'm speaking. There we go. Yeah, thanks so much for being here, everybody. I hope it was enjoyable for you. Hopefully the mic sounds okay. Like I said, I did adjust the settings, which is to say I just reset everything to default. I unplugged all my cables and replugged them all in. I didn't set my mixer settings to default because I want the same mixer settings. On my mixer, it's a physical mixer, it's not a digital one. So like, there's little like knobs that you have to turn and stuff. I haven't changed any of that for the mic. I just reset the filters on the OBS to default. The settings on my mixer for my mic are still the same. But obviously, like I said, I tested it yesterday. As you know, I even tested it today multiple times. Even though I said I would stop, I still tested the mic. So hopefully it sounds okay. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it. If you're watching it as a VOD, I hope you enjoyed it and it sounds better than the previous part. Although I think I did watch the other one yesterday and it sounded okay. But I think it was only towards the end that my mic messed up for some reason. But for the most part, it was okay. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, everybody. This has been a subscribe. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Hopefully enjoy your week too. If I don't see you during the week, like I said, I will look as I've adjusted the schedule. If I do the fighting streams, it will be Wednesday and Thursday. We'll see how I feel. I just haven't really been feel like playing fighting games lately, you know. But I also want to keep up with them as best I can, right? I need to get. I've taken a like what 2 weeks break now. Yes, last week and last week and the week before. I haven't played fighting games for like 2 weeks now, I think. So I do want to get back to playing them. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, everybody. I hope you're talking your text to any extent, be first, second, third, fourth. You know, background noise order only. If I've been a source of entertainment to any extent, I appreciate you being here. Thank you and giving me some of your time. If I don't see you again, I appreciate you giving me a chance, and hopefully you can find someone else who's enjoyable to watch. And if you do enjoy me, like I said, I will be doing. I will look to do fighting streams Wednesday and Thursday. I've got a schedule. It's on my link tree. It's available with links on my Twitch channel and on my YouTube and in the YouTube description. So yeah, enjoy your weekend, enjoy the rest of your week. Wednesday and Thursday, I'll look through the fighting streams, but fill up to it. And then on the weekend, which I will definitely won't miss those, will be the story game. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, everybody. I appreciate you being here. Take care, have a good rest of your weekend. Stay subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.